So just to kind of set the scene a little bit, Dion's talked about this disparate employee experience and all these different applications that are introduced by department heads who haven't necessarily thought about the holistic experience of the employee, introduced at a point in time to solve a problem. And that's what we typically see in organizations. And as the statistic says at the bottom there, and I've mentioned it a couple of times, on average, an employee has to switch between 35 critical business applications over 1,000 times a day, which is astronomical if you think about it. And all of those applications, and this is kind of what this visual tries to create, have a different support experience, have a different knowledge base, have a different bot in many instances, have a different user interface, have a different look and feel, have different support capabilities. Some will be delivered in the flow of work, some will have to send the user on a digital safari to find the answer to that. All of which ultimately leads to frustrated users, dissatisfied users, and Dion touched on the fact that employees now in many instances have better IT experiences at home, have that consumerized expectation of the world of work, almost you can order something in one click on Amazon. They want that kind of environment, that kind of instant way of working in the world of work. But it's different because the processes, the procedures, the tasks that people carry out in work are much more complex, and it doesn't often translate. So what we try to do with DAPs is provide a consistent layer for that broken employee experience that sits across any application in an application agnostic way, but delivers a consistent contextual guidance to the user in the flow of work that's cognizant of what they do, their role, the language, the location. So if you're a manager in France, you'd get French content delivered to you at the point of need, in line, whether that be a guided walkthrough of how to do something, whether that be a short snippet video, whether that be a contextual guide. It's all delivered preemptively based on what you're doing. And what DAPs can do as well is detect where users may be struggling, detect where they may be taking a little bit longer than average, and kind of benchmark that against the typical time to complete a particular task, and then detect that and deliver a piece of content to help you get over that. So to drive that consistent employee experience in the flow of work, which is a completely different way of approaching the employee experience.